There we go. And there we go. Okay. So we are live. Okay. Live video is starting on Facebook, so that's sweet. Um, okay, well, welcome everybody to a wonderful Tuesday. What is it? Is this the first Tuesday of March? It might be. It is the first Tuesday of March. So a couple more weeks till spring. And well, I'm Jason Orban, and this is GHL Power Tools Tech Call. So very cool. I've got some cool stuff to show you guys today, but first, welcome everyone. And if you guys have any questions, just like raise your hand and post in the in chat if you can, and then we'll go and have a look. I'm gonna go over to. I want to see if I did that thing that I said that I was going to do that I might not have done yet. Um, you know what? I'll do that right now. Emily, checking on the memberships. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm muted here myself. Yeah, so membership tiers. So you can unmute yourself and let me just take a look at that template because I literally went in there to do that yesterday and it's under the points, loyalty point details. And did I just not save this page? Oh, I was gonna put it right here. So we'll put this as membership level. And then I think I can say where would I see that? That's under uh, might have to do a little bit more than that, but let me just take a look here. So loyalty point contact, open that up too. And anyways, we'll put it in here. I just gotta do one thing. We'll say loyalty. Oh, I'm gonna save it and refresh. Anyways, um, yeah, I don't know. I'm just basically sitting here talking to myself. It seems like. Um, I was just gonna share my screen here. I think I had to grab it. I thought I just had it in there, but I was gonna look at this thing you're just putting it like right here kind of thing. Or if it makes sense over here. I don't want the only problem I'm thinking is I don't want things to get pushed down too much. Um, when we're putting what tier somebody's on.
Yeah.
So membership level. Loyalty points details. That's that page. Um, and then if we go here, reload frame. For some reason I don't see it. Anyway, I'll make sure that we got it. We got it in there. So that is actually, is that the right spot? No, because then we have ba, 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 ba. Oh yeah, that's what I put. If membership level, Lang membership level. Um, So then, yeah, so I started it yesterday and I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. And drop it in there. And then here, membership level. Probably have to just pass what the membership level is. May as well just do it right now while we're here. Take me a couple minutes. Um, I feel like I'm under pressure now. Oh my gosh. We got to try and do this. So just give me 1 second and I will, because we have that one there tells us what tier we're on. Oh, and then we have to grab that. So it's probably going to be get expire points, get loyalty transactions. Do we have anything about tier in here? No. So I'll have to grab the contacts tier, which is I think the same thing under promotions when we're doing that. So if we go to here, new coupon code, get rewards. Here, I'm just going to copy this. Let's do that. Yeah, I'll have to do this afterwards, but I
Okay.
will 100% do this today. I was working on a new thing, which I know there's a few old things that need to get taken care of here, but you're gonna like this one too. So maybe I'll just show that while we're on the call. It's a way to get uh just using an NFC card to get reviews from customers, and then also being able to track who those customers are that leave that review, even if we don't know exactly who they are. I just want to make sure I just added a thing here, so we always got to test to see when I did that, did I break it? No, so it's okay. So we're okay. So maybe we'll just show that real quick. Um, Here I'll show on my screen here. You guys could scan this QR code too if you want. But essentially, we can create a QR code or it could be an NFC card or whatever you want to do. Scan it. Let's see if I scan this through my phone, if through my thing, it's going to work. So you just scan it. It's going to take you to a page that looks like this, and we're going to be mobile friendly on the. No, I don't want to do that. Mobile friendly, so it looks nice. Here, business logo, leave us a review. Please take a moment to leave us a review. Click on the Google thing. It's going to ask us to go here, select which account we're logging in with. Then it's going to take us to directly to the review page. There we go. So then it's going to ask us to leave a review for that business. Now, at the same time, the cool thing is it's also um, uh, collecting info about that customer, and it's sending that customer's info directly over to um, high level. So now inside of our contacts. Here, now we see people who've all left a review. So we didn't have to ask them for their contact ID or anything like that. You just scan that QR code and then leave the review, go to leave the review, and it's going to tag you as GMB review in your backend, but it's going to send that person's contact information over to you. So anybody who's in store, anybody who walks in, you've got retail locations, restaurant locations, you've got anything where customers are semi-anonymous, you can have a tap card and you finish up with somebody and say, hey, would you mind leaving us a review? And then they tap that card or they scan a QR code, whichever one you want to do. We're looking at I just ordered a bunch of NFC cards, but we can order NFC cards with QR codes right directly on the card as well. And now when they scan that, it's going to take them to that page to leave a Google review. You need to have a Google account to leave a Google review anyways. They just click yes, yes, takes them to the Google review page. Now they went to go leave a Google review, but you also collected that customer's information and it's going right into your CRM. So now you can have them on an email list where you can easily follow up with everybody. So, which is going to be just super powerful for all these businesses that we work with, right? Who have semi-anonymous customers. Um, Thumbs up from Chris. So that's awesome.
I have a quick question. So our customers are not anonymous at all.
Yeah.
Will this create a duplicate contact if we did
Only if you
this?
have duplicate contacts turned on.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
Otherwise, it'll just update them with
Okay.
it'll say GMB review.
Okay, perfect.
It might update their email address. I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Okay.
But the only way we'd be able to find that contact in your system would be if they had that email address. So if they're already in there with a different email address, it'll create a new contact with that email address. Um,
Hey, Jason, this is brilliant, man. Awesome. Thanks. You
yeah,
answered a prayer there.
yeah. You know what, when we talked about it the other day, um, I was like, yeah, that's an awesome idea, and played around with it over the weekend, and it's mostly running. I think there's a lot of other applications for it as well, not just Google review. So I think I want to try and get it integrated into our QR code generator, which essentially can be QR codes, NFC, same kind of thing. What we're generating is links, right? So
Yeah.
we have right now inside of our QR code generator, we can do dynamic QR codes in here. So you create the QR code, it gives you a new link to it. Or I probably don't have it. I don't have it set up for this sub account here, but I have it set up for this one, I think. You can create QR codes, and then it's going to send people to I think we have myqr.work or something like that. It's going to send them to that URL and then redirect them. But you could essentially use all those redirects with the QR code on an NFC card or whichever. And then we could probably just have a thing in here. Click, do you want to go to Google first? Like, do you want to ask them to log into Google? And then when we do that, we can use that to collect their information too, depending on what your task is. Because I think there's a lot of other applications which not just getting a Google review, but the redirect afterwards could literally go to anywhere that you want, right? It could go
Right.
to a subscription page, a landing page. You've got an event that you're throwing, and there's people coming through your booth. Scan this QR code to get whatever. They just scan it. They don't even have to put their info in anymore. Just so scan it or tap it, hit OK, and then they get sent to the website, or they download whatever it is they want to download, or you send them things or enter them into a draw. You could have them entered into a draw off of that link or something like that too.
Awesome.
So I
Yeah.
mean, we could probably even integrate tags, specify what tag you want to tag the person as when they tap this thing. Um, you can do all that as well.
This is brilliant.
So,
I think it's endless as far as the opportunity goes.
right, yeah.
That's
Um,
huge.
I think it'd be good, but I love it for reviews too because it's just um that's the everyone's asked, well, how do we collect information off of a QR code, right? We have a QR code, somebody scans that QR code, then what? What do we do with it after that, right? Or what can we do with it? And it's unless you're going to send somebody to a landing page with a form that they're going to fill out, you know, then then that's the only way you're going to collect that information. But it seems so seamless to like you scan that QR code and it's like, oh yeah, just click yeah, and then you're onto your thing without having to like type anything out or think what email address you want to use or whatever. You just click yes, and then you're off, right? So that's cool anyways. And then I was thinking, we could probably have other OAuths in there as well, like with Facebook or something like that too. We'd have to look into it, but just open up that opportunity. So a whole other system, which I think could be awesome. So that's that kind of update, the QR code NFC tap thing. yeah, it's just basically how do we deploy it now too? Because I was talking with someone yesterday, and the way they've been doing it, or they've been doing NFC cards, but what they'll do is they'll order 500 NFC pre-programmed NFC cards from like Alibaba, and then they come printed with their logo and the QR codes, and the QR codes are already go to like the unique numbers. So then you just go into the dynamic QR code area and you say where you want those cards to go. So then now you can assign them to locations. You say, hey, we've got these 5 cards. They already have the unique numbers on the QR code. So now we just find those cards in the system and then program them with where we're sending them for a URL, right? And for this stuff, we're having it so that you just got to pass the location ID. And as long as for the reviews for the location ID, as long as that location is tied, authorized to our review system, it will send the review link, everything over, and push it through to the location. So, um, Emily, I am going to finish up. I'll for sure get that membership thing on there. If you wanna, was there anything else that we're missing? That probably just how to, when people sign up, how do you get them to, or how do you put them into the system? Do you have that kind of figured out yet, or
Yeah, I started using a form, and I think so far that form is working good. I still have to set up some workflows on the back end so that when they, depending on which tier they join, it automatically tags them up,
yeah?
correctly. So some of that isn't set up, but I was waiting to do all of that at once so that I can make sure that
Okay.
it's in alignment with this part. So I kind of was waiting to do some of that
Yeah.
stuff until this
When I
part was.
when I said that I would do it the other day, I was like, or when you messaged me, I was like, yeah, okay. I think it was Monday, and I was like, okay, I'll get it done today. And then uh I started it. I
No
put that
worries.
thing in
It's
there, and I was
totally
like, oh,
no
and then you get
worries.
distracted, and it's like
Yes, totally
whatever.
understand.
And I'm like,
No
oh, I
worries.
thought I did it. Oh no, I did half of it. That was it. I got part of
No worries. Totally get it. Thank you so much.
it. All right, cool. Um, okay, I don't know who had their hand up. Um, First, I know Chris was in here. Um, Before everyone. Too bad it doesn't tell me which order. But Chris, you want to let me know what questions you have?
Yeah, actually, and forgive me being the noob on the call here today, but
No problem.
as far as existing, we've got some existing restaurants. I'd like to merge them into this. I'd like to merge their database into the system. Will
Okay.
that be an issue?
They have a database of customers already.
Yeah, we have a
And do
database
they
we
have
built
points
for
and
them, and
stuff
then they
already
have their
too?
own existing.
Do they have are you doing points, or are you just doing like the rewards or promotions, or
Just a VIP club, strictly
oh yeah.
capturing their information.
No, no problem. Just you can import them directly into high level um, under contacts. So high level is a little bit finicky when you're importing contacts. It you don't really have to like it to be part of the reward system or promotion system or anything.
Yeah.
They don't have to be tagged as anything. They don't necessarily have to be opted in. If you're already in there, if you want to give them some kind of specific promotion that would be unique to them when they move when you load them in here, you can do that.
Okay.
You don't have to, because you could just create promotions in the promotions manager there in the VIP club and then just have them show to all kind of thing
Okay.
for everyone you bring in. But when you're importing into high level, if you haven't done it before,
They're actually already in high level.
oh, then you shouldn't have a problem at all.
Okay.
Just what I would you have two options then. You can create I'm not even in the right one, but you can create a promo in here if you wanted to do, just say, go to promotions, create something for like the default campaign. Okay. When you create that promotion, it's going to update the workflows and everything for that default campaign. You can then go to your contacts, and if you want to like have it seem like they registered, you can go just to select all your contacts. Oh, not send a SMS. go to this workflow, add to automation, select add to default campaign
Got it.
here. And then that will basically run them through essentially like they just registered for promotions. So they'll all get that default campaign promo when they go in, and then they'll also see any other promotions that you've created that are show to all.
Awesome. Makes
So
sense.
you could do it either the default one or you could create a different one of the campaign ones, whatever you want. There's a number of different options in here. So in-house, mail, social media, database reactivation, referral. These are the four main ones here, though, and you can just run them through there, and it will it'll tag them and everything. It'll do all that, right?
Okay.
And then it'll give them access to that specific promo as well, which is a unique one that maybe other people won't see. But
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Thanks for that. Answered my
yeah, you're
question.
welcome. What I was like, one other thing I was going. Well, let me see. I think a couple other people might be. No, we're good. Um, I when you're bringing in contacts, if you're doing the reward system, um, just a heads up, I usually say, oh, even if you're gonna add, I don't know how many contacts you have, it's nice to drip them through there. Um, Actually, I don't think it will matter. Let me see. VIP restaurant promotions, add to default campaign. And we're not doing referrals in there, so that should be fine. I actually have to update that one, this webhook or this workflow. It should be fine because we're not doing any kind of thing with referrals and we're not doing any kind of like grant specific promotion um, for referrals. So that's fine. My only concern is sometimes when we do, let's say we're going to add people to the reward system, there's a workflow in here that says give points. Um, what I would recommend is if you're going to add contacts and give points, I think we have drip in here already, but it's just um, we added in drip mode. Yeah, if you're just going to add them to something that's going to give them points or something like that, drip them in there. Um, you could do like a hundred a minute or a couple hundred a minute or whatever it is. When you're bringing people in, just I've had people go in and add like 10,000 contacts all at once, and it just like hammers the server because high level so fast, they'll send out like a couple thousand connections a second to one URL. And then I've had my server guys be like, we're being attacked. We've got DDoS attack. Like they're trying to shut our servers down. And it was like, well, no, it's just and then I'm trying to explain to them, no, it's actually just high level. And they're like, that's not possible. And they're like, anyway. So so just be aware of that. For anybody who's going to do that, just try to with a webhook, if you're going to send in thousands and thousands of contacts, just drip them out a little bit slowly. Just it's a little bit nicer on the server. Um, Anthony, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Two quick questions. One question, did you ever finish making or had a chance to make those white label videos? I haven't been on, it's been probably a month and a half.
No,
We,
I'm sorry.
okay,
I haven't, but
no
um,
worries.
I do have a list of videos here that's on my desk that I've been meaning to create. So I will try and get to those this week.
Okay,
Number of videos. I know I was talking to someone else, um, and they said also it'd be cool if we just if I did some like not big white label videos, but just some smaller ones too. They were talking about just like individual features that you can run as an ad or put out as social media posts or something that you could put in an email like, hey, here's how you create a promotion, or here's how you can create a promotion, or here's how you can create a coupon to send out all of your customers, that kind of thing. Little videos like that that are good to share that get people excited.
cool, cool. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. And then one last thing, when you get a chance, if you could give me a price to build me out like a website slash landing page specifically designed for salons.
Okay.
Um, with all of the features, maybe a video in there, and then if you could hook up all the automations and everything on the back end, this way I could get into my lead connector. I'm gonna really try to dive in and just focus on like I guess independent salon owners. A big
Yeah.
thing here in the States is like this Phoenix salon suites and solar salons where um they will go and build out a big space and then rent almost like small rooms, like 100 square foot
Yep.
rooms to independent hairstylists and stuff. And I think that may be a decent niche, moreover than like a salon owner that already has an entire salon, trying to focus on these
Oh,
independent salon
yeah.
owners.
100%. You know what? We've owned 3 hair salons. We had all commission ones. So we paid
Okay,
our staff uh salary plus commission. But um chair rent is a great way to go. There's a lot of salons that we know that they were just all chair rent, and they didn't do necessarily individual rooms, but they did you just rent your chair. That's your chair kind of thing.
right.
It's like essentially your station. So there's that, but there's also, yeah, they're saying there too, where they're charging a higher price for that room. But then you also have hairstylists, you have like nail techs, you have massage therapists, you have
Yep,
um, chiropractors and stuff like that using all these different rooms, lash techs, stuff like that who are renting out all these different rooms and they have more of a private setting, right?
right.
Um, and I think that's great. And then I'm really excited to get this tap card thing out too, because some of those places, especially with stylists and everything, they're not allowed to have their own lists. Like some of the places that they work, the business keeps the list of customers. So you don't even know. I know a number of salons that were like that. They're like, these are our customers. You're just someone who works here, kind of thing.
Got it.
So part of Chandel's training, too, is like, how do we get that list? Because you don't want to always be tied to that salon, but people, for the most part, they will follow a stylist, but if they call the salon and try to book with Susan and they just say Susan's not here anymore, and then you want to book with someone else and they have no idea where Susan went, um, then they're out of luck kind of thing. So it's if you could sell something to the stylist individually too that helps them maintain their list and get their list, that's also a good thing. Coming from the stylist point of view anyways.
Yeah, great info.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Send me an email.
Yep.
Um, and then that way, because sometimes I don't always remember every single thing from these calls.
Yep.
So I will send you a link here. I think you have my email anyways, but I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah.
Um, and outline what you want to have done, and then you know what? CC Chandel on it too.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, just
Hey,
put in the
Jason.
chat and I'll got it. Thank you.
Jason,
Yeah.
this may help him. I was only half listening, but I did this in the past where I basically created V cards for people, and you just when you make the first contact, you just text them the V card,
Yeah.
and now that's it. Now they have to call the salon. They've got you. So if you're going to styles directly, they now have your contact information in a really easy way, and it looks real professional.
Yeah, you can do that too. And we actually have a really good V card creator in our system here too. So
That actually is I had a V card question for you actually.
okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Anthony, hopefully answered your
Thank you.
question there.
Yes, thank you.
Steve, what's your V card question since we're already
So
talking?
I don't think you can do it, but basically I'm looking to dynamically create them. I'm working with somebody right now where they're using a survey to collect customer information to put them in a drip system.
Okay.
And they have a separate database that they're not using Go High Level for all their stuff. They're in Salesforce. So I wanted to, or also it's on their phone, right? More importantly, probably most of the communication comes on this guy's phone, their cell phone. So I want to be able to, rather than duplicate information in his phone, to automatically take who filled out a survey and then automatically send him a V card so that he can just add that to his contacts.
Oh, okay.
Now I can do it. I can do it by make. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think you're really set for that.
Oh, that's interesting though. Hey, like you want to do like the reverse thing, like so when somebody fills out a
Exactly.
form, but why couldn't they, if you're going to go and do that, why wouldn't you just set him up with a high level thing and then he just has that contact list in his database?
I could do that. I haven't brought it up. I'm trying to keep things just like they're a little bit older school and they're used to dealing with like what they have right now. So try to
Yeah.
make it as seamless, like just add this
The
to
only
your
problem with
contact.
it always goes into his phone, then he's just not gonna um probably
They run
easiest thing to do would be to send it through Make at this point. Um if you got something that's already going to create it. I know we do the opposite where you have to create it and then you can send it out. You know, it'll create the V card for you on our system and then add it as a custom value and then that gets sent out to all your new contacts. But the only thing I see about like the opposite is he's just going to have what's he going to do with the contacts after they're in his phone? Do you know what I mean? Like, how is he going to follow up with them? Or, I mean, other than manually following up with every person, that's a lot of
there's
work.
so basically it's a nonprofit. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a really small nonprofit. And basically they just want touch points. They want to stay in front of people, like just, so the drip is just perfect. So he can categorize them as he puts them in a form. But then he also, if he wants to reach out to them personally, he wants to have it on his phone because he's basically always he's never in the office. He's
Yeah.
always on the run. So he's never in front of a computer. Yeah, I mean, I can see if I convert him over to the lead connector, then basically it's all done, right? It's everything. But then he's got what he has right now. Well, I can import that too, and I can just put everything in lead connector. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
I'm
what I
just
push him.
wondering, like, it seems like my only thing with that is he's the only one with the contacts. I don't know if that would matter,
It's
but
it,
like with
it's only him
nonprofits,
and it's him and his wife running the whole thing. That's it.
yeah,
It's a
okay.
small show, you know. So it's the two of them running the whole thing.
He's like, I would push him towards because you can make all your calls and stuff through your phone too, using the Lead Connector app. Right?
Right.
So anybody who fills out that form, it's going to go into high level, but that contact's already going to go into his phone under the Lead Connector app, so he can just follow up them directly through there. And
Can
then
he use? Can he
that
use?
solves the problem of him having to always like import that contact and thing as well.
Can he use the lead connector app if he doesn't have a high level phone? All the outreach is going through WhatsApp. It's not none of it's going through phones. So I'm setting up with a WhatsApp account.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think you can make like you should be able to if he wants to do all his communication through WhatsApp, that should be fine. You can set up WhatsApp inside of high level and then send all messaging through there.
Right. That's what I'm
It's
doing.
just when you go to SMS, when you go to message through there, you would just pick WhatsApp instead of SMS. You go messages, click on someone, and then down in the bottom corner, I only have email on this one, but it will just say in the
Right.
bottom, like, how do you want to communicate?
Right.
Right. Um, and then yeah, but then you have that full database of everybody that you want to chat with in there. And I mean, he might not want to message everybody or, whatever, but he has that option. All the contacts are there for him.
Right. All right. Okay. Cool.
I know
All
then
right.
he's like using two different systems, but also if
Right.
he's just has everybody on his phone, then it's, I don't know. I would push him towards the Lead Connector app and just have everybody go in that way instead of trying to figure out how you're going to send him V cards for
Okay.
everybody. I don't know.
I get a
Um,
meeting with him tomorrow. I'll talk to him
yeah, okay.
tomorrow. Okay.
All right, cool.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Aaron, how are you doing?
Yeah, doing good, Jason. Got a little beginner question
Yep.
with the review and referral setup.
Yep.
So basically, I think I got it all set up, but um, when you get the referral message, you've been referred, and you click on that, it's going to a 404 page. It's going to referral dash thank you instead of referral thank you page. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, if you want to just share your screen,
Sure.
we could have a look.
Yeah. Let's see. Where to get it to?
Let's go over here.
Okay, so if I click on this message, right? So this is the message. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Saw that you referred a friend, Carla. You can track your referrals and leads on our dashboard, right?
Okay.
And that's so I'm thinking I set up one
Oh,
of
it's
the
okay. In your custom values,
Mm-hmm.
go back to that. Bring that page back for a second.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I'll just show you. But yeah, see where it says newlifebarbecue.com/reviews page.
Uh-huh.
Looks like you have reviews page in your custom value for the URL. So if you go back to so if you go back to where you're going there with
Wrong count. Hang on.
there and then find the domain.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I put the URL instead of the domain.
Yeah, so you put so then so delete that and delete the slash too.
And delete the slash.
Yeah, and then hit save and then it should all work.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Thank you for that. And then more of a big picture question, and I'll follow up on Thursday with some details. But with the referral system, is that connected automatically with the reward system once we've set up the VIP and rewards?
So no. So
Okay.
it's a little, I know our system is a little bit weird with that, but we have basically two referral systems. One is in rewards and one is in reviews. Reviews has like a basic version of the reward system, and then the more robust one with rewards and redemptions and um, you can create all that is inside of the reward system. So if you wanted to use that, like reviews with rewards, um, you would have to install the reward snapshot in there. And then
Mhm.
there is just basically there's a couple little things that we have to do to redirect from reviews to the rewards. So usually when people are setting up that and they want to use the reward system, then I usually recommend doing like the review standalone snapshot and then redirecting that to the reward system
I
afterwards.
know that there's instructions for setting up the reviews standalone system.
Yeah.
Is there instructions for doing the redirect over to the reward system?
I think there is. Um, I have to have a look exactly where it is, but it should be under docs. And then I'll have a look today too, and I'll add it to my list of videos if it's not there.
Yeah, could
Because
you put
because
the
I
link
should
to the
it's just
docs?
essentially there's a referral page inside of inside the reward system. And then we're just sending people over to that referral page with the contact ID of the persons who's doing the referring. So there's a couple little changes there, but um, yeah, the real difference between the two systems is the reviews one gives you 1 point, which is actually tracked a completely different way than the rewards one because that goes into transactions and a few different things. But it's just some people had reviews and referrals from like 5 years ago and or
Mhm.
4 years ago, and then we built a reward system, right? So couldn't just go delete the other referral system, unfortunately, while we made like version two of referrals. So send me a message and I'll help you get that figured out too. And then I'll just make sure I'll create a video on how to integrate those two. I know there's a couple little steps, but you'll want to remove the referral stuff from the other one and then
Mhm.
then use the rewards one.
Okay, let me work on that, and I'll send you a message to help me with the details, and then I'll
Yeah.
check in on Thursday.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna try and make things a little more clear in our training area there too, because it's always an optimization question, really. How do we make it more user friendly in there so that it's easier to get started?
Sure, yeah, it's I'm getting through it now, and now it makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of pieces.
It is. It totally is. It's yeah,
Yeah.
like 4 years of development in there of like different little pieces. So, um, trying to organize it to make it make sense is where I'm at.
Well, it's a good system. I've now gone through it, and happy with the decision to go with this. You guys have thought out a lot of things that I would have had to do on my own. So I think this is a really good program, and looking forward to learning more about it.
Thanks. And then did you see our thing that I talked about earlier, with the QR code and the tap card?
Yeah, that's super sweet. That's
Yeah, so
awesome.
that'll be in there included with the review stuff as well. So I'll have a little probably an update on how to get that rolling, as well for your sub accounts.
Great. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Jason.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, man, we got a really good turnout today. Does anybody else have any questions? I see there's Mitch and Paul and Teresa and Kim and you guys haven't spoken up. If you guys have any questions, yeah, please let me know. Chris, did you have another question?
Yeah, I did. Sorry, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, go.
Just curious, and forgive me because I haven't gotten into it yet. And then one of the other questions actually spurred this on. But just to update, one of the windows is update location data. Um, under here, let me just show it to you. So,
Yeah.
because I don't know what to tell you here.
Uh,
Oh, someone else
I'll
is
get
sharing.
Aaron to stop sharing.
Okay,
Sure.
cool. So yeah, here's my situation. I'm just trying to figure this out because it's new to me as well. But just this location key here is it's the
Yeah,
location.
you don't need to do anything with that.
Awesome. Okay.
That was um so that yeah, because we're using the API, I didn't take off the location API key off of there. It should I'll go and remove it. We just switched everything over to the version 2 API, so
Okay.
all old API keys are kind of irrelevant.
Okay. Cool. That
High
was my
level has
question.
been threatening for like 2 years that they're getting rid of version 1 API. Um, and they haven't officially gotten rid of it. And I think I was on a couple town halls with them, and they're just like, they just said, well, until we get lower than like 10% use, where they're seeing 10% of the people are using it, then they really can't get rid of it because there's some really old systems that are still using API keys
Got it.
for stuff. But we made the transition, I think, like a year and a half ago over to version 2, and um, yeah, so some of the old API stuff that you see in here is not being used anymore.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Welcome. Paul, how are you doing?
Doing good. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, I joined one of your calls a while ago, and the problem is it's the same time as a tech call that I've got to be on every week too. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's yeah. But anxious to jump in. I've got a pest control company that I would like to use referrals and reward, not the rewards, but the referrals and the reviews
Yeah.
package. And again, so I'm, newer than Chris said. He's a newbie. I'm newer him than
Yeah, we
him, I
got a few
think.
people
So
on here that are new, so that's good.
yeah. So yeah, so I'm trying to figure it out. To start, what I did was I created a sub account just for the reviews and referrals,
Yep,
and set that up just so I could run through everything.
totally.
I'm actually meeting with a client at 3 this afternoon. It's 1 o'clock here. I'd like to actually just get it installed so I could, run through it with him.
Do you have
And
it still?
I'm wondering if that,
Do you have it in the sub account already?
I don't have it in his sub account yet. I've
Oh,
got
okay.
it in, just a dedicated sub account just so I could look around.
Yeah,
Um, Actually went in and made a couple little spell check errors and stuff like that, tweaked a few things.
yeah.
Um, so I guess my question would be, well, twofold. One is I've got another snapshot in there in his account. Should I folder all of the um, custom values and some of that kind of stuff? Like,
Yeah,
should I
if
try to
there
organize that a
I
little bit
don't know
more?
if we went through and we some I know the automations and I think funnels are in their own folder in our stuff. But I don't know if I don't think I created custom value like folders for the custom values for our stuff.
Yeah,
So
there's
you could do
37
that.
custom values.
What I would recommend is going to your account snapshots and making a snapshot of the one you already updated.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, so do that. So if you go to your agency view, since you went in and you made some changes and stuff, right? Go to account snapshots. This is what I always recommend. It's always a good idea to go make your own snapshot when you import somebody else's one. So then just go click on create new snapshot, give it a name, select the sub account that you just first created there, and then when you
Mhm.
go to that'll create a backup of that account, assuming you just have um, the reviews and referral thing in there, and then just go to the client's account and then upload that snapshot, load your snapshot into their account. Um, then it'll have your like
Can I
text changes and
folder,
whatever you did.
can I folder the
You can folder whatever you
uh,
want in there.
before I export it and it'll
Yeah.
remain as a folder when I
Yep.
then import it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can
And then
organize that however you want. The only thing I would say is if you're doing like changes to the funnels, try not like don't remove there's some programming on there, some script on the funnel pages. So just don't remove that. But anything else you should be able to organize however you want. Put it into folders or
okay.
whatever. And then import your own snapshot, your version of it into their sub account. It'll still connect with our system and everything, but just then it'll have your changes and updates on there. Because I've had people go in and completely like rebrand the whole thing, change all the colors, change all the funnels, change messaging, wording, all that kind of stuff to suit their industry better. Like specifically when we have I think it was like Roofer Marketer, they were using our system and they just completely rebranded the whole review thing to look just like whatever like their brand, right? Um,
Right.
and then they just use their own snapshot to deploy it out to their customers, and that works well. Um, and
Yeah.
then
So
yeah,
well, leads to my other question though. So um is there any kind of a key that, like, I'm not really sure what all the custom values are that I'm supposed to be filling in. Is there a place where you go through those?
are you just going into custom values now, or are you using our backend?
I'm just looking at the custom values I'm not in your back end.
Yeah, if you go into Smart Reviews and select the sub account. Let's just go where would one be? Um, Custom values. It should tell you right here what everyone does, but I also have, let's see where this would be in docs.jhlsmartscripts.com, which I think
Mhm.
you can reach by going to training resources, right
Yeah.
here. It'll take you over
Okay.
here, and then I believe under, if it's not in here, I will grab it. Um, Here is essentially a list of all the custom values.
Okay. That describes what they do
Yeah,
and all.
yeah, it'll tell you what it's used for. And I also have,
Can you put that link in the chat?
yep. And if I have a Google Doc somewhere too, the original one that that goes directly to the custom values list there. Oh, this might be
Okay.
here too. Right here too is the Google Doc for with custom values.
Oh, okay. Okay. And that's in that same page.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it says location license here. So I thought the licenses were for the reward system.
The license you don't have to worry about that. The license that is for the license there is just your connection to Power Tools, which we originally started out
Okay.
needing, but then we actually don't need that anymore. But it's we still have the custom value.
Okay.
in there, but it's not needed. It's just
Okay.
it was like when we originally started setting stuff up, we were passing that license back to our server, but then realized if we just pass the location ID over to our server, it does the same thing, right? Because then we can
Okay.
check to see if the if it's authorized, and then we get all the other details that we need from our server for that.
Okay.
So
Um,
here's a full list of there should be a full list of custom values. It's the same thing that's on that docs page too.
and that's a okay. Oh yeah, there's okay. I see that link. That's good. Okay, and then so yeah, so this is my first rodeo. Do I mean just install the snapshot and just start going through
Install the
changing all the custom.
snapshot, install the snapshot, make sure you have a domain on your account, add the domain to those I think there's like 3 or 4 funnels. And then update custom values.
Okay.
The only other thing you might have to do for referrals, there is the social share page. You may, if it's not loading properly, you might have to just hit publish because we pull in a custom value for the metadata image. And
Hmm.
if that for some reason isn't showing up, then I would just hit go into that page and hit publish. But for the most part, if you're just doing reviews, you can usually have that set up in like less than 10 minutes. If you're doing referrals as well, you just got to put some stuff in there about what they're getting for the referral and stuff like that. Um,
Okay.
uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the for a lot of our stuff, that's kind of like the setup. Install the snapshot in the sub account, add it to our backend, add the location to our backend or the sub account to our backend, update custom values, add in your domains, like add in your domain names or like the funnel pages kind of thing, link up your domain.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much it.
Um, okay. Yeah. And so if if he wants to do referrals and reviews, but we're going to start with reviews, is it okay to do that, or do we have to fire it all up at once if we're going to use the combo package?
No, you can, it's separated in there as well. So you could do reviews or referrals or reviews and referrals or yeah, either one kind of thing.
But I
And then
mean, can I load them both and then put off the referrals until later?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you totally can.
I didn't know if they were interdependent of in some way.
They were very intertwined, and but I mean, a lot of our clients were like, I want to do reviews and I don't want to do referrals. So it was probably a couple years ago for sure that we separated them. So the both pieces are in there, but the only thing that connects them, I think, is there's a workflow that it used to be completely combined. Now it just ends one, and there's like an add to workflow at the end of the review sequence. If they go
Okay.
through the review sequence, it'll send them over to the referral one, but you just have to remove that one piece. And I think it's completely separated after that.
Okay. Cool. Should work out.
Yeah, if you
I
have any
won't do it live
questions,
in front of the client, that's for sure.
yeah, I wouldn't even if you have that demo page set up, I'll if you're going to talk to what kind of customer is it?
It's a pest, natural organic pest control, like mosquito control
Yeah. So,
and stuff like
I'm excited to, I mean, I don't have it open right now, but you could uh we have that new review card thing that we're launching as well. So you'll be able to get them to tap or they
Yeah,
can
I
just
missed the front end of the
I'll
conversation.
show you this. I'll just go over it again because I know there's a few people jumped in afterwards. Let's go back to uh created the domain 5stars.review, and as whatever you have, you just need to pass um your location ID. You need to pass your sub account ID over to this URL. And as long as your sub account is is like authorized in our backend. So you have your location added under smart reviews. You should be able to use this. So, where am I here? I've got way too many things open. You just need to pass the sub account ID of the account that you want to get the review from. So if you have the review system set up, this will contact that account. It'll grab the whatever link you put into the um like for example, do you have what's the test account that you set up?
Um,
You have the can
I'm
you grab
just
the location
smart
ID of the
reviews.
test account
Yeah, I
and
can
put it
get
in
it.
chat?
All right.
I don't know if you added logos and stuff to it or not, but
I haven't done anything except tweak a few things. So, there you go.
yeah, okay, well, let's try and see what happens. Uh we can replace this up here, boop, with a sub account ID of the one you just passed me.
Mhm.
Uh, no, that says I'm getting some kind of error on it. Uh, please contact. I have it the same. Please contact this. So maybe it's not. Do you have it added to our backend?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Okay. So
downloaded the snapshot, so maybe not.
yeah, that's probably it. So if so just remember when you go to use our system, make sure you click on
Yeah.
add location to manage and add the location.
First.
Do that. Yeah, you have to do that or else like your JavaScript won't load. Like it won't do the 5 stars, like all the kind of thing on the front page. So
Okay.
yeah, so if you had it added to the back end here, it would like I wonder if I could yeah, no. If you had it added to the back end there, then it would pull up that information, whatever you have in there. But because we didn't, it's not going to. So let's just hit back. This is the ID of one of our sub accounts here. It's going to ask me to leave a Google review. Click on that. It's going to load up Google here. I select which account I want to leave a review from. And then it's going to take me
Okay.
right directly to the
I
review page.
just added it.
Okay,
I added the location. You want
sure.
to check it again?
Let's try yours now. I'm going to update those 5-star reviews. Here, let's go here. Okay, so we're missing, you might not have a Google link in there under custom values right now.
Oh, no, right. Yeah, and it's a demo account, so would I even have one?
Yeah, you could just, so we have a, there, like you could go to your own business account and that's what I'll typically do. And then I use it's called Gather Up. Why don't I see Gather Up in here? Oh, Gather Up right here. So you just go to your business location. Okay, so what is
Uh-huh.
do you have a GMB for your business?
Yeah, I don't get reviews very much.
What's
That's a
your
terrible.
what's your
But fireworks, it's fireworks digital. Fireworks with an X,
okay.
WORX,
And then what
digital. And I'm in Gallatin, Tennessee.
how do you spell that?
GALLA, two L's, ATIN.
Fireworks Digital. Yeah, maybe do you have a Google GMB, like a Google My Business set up for it?
I used to. Yeah. It used to show up. Why isn't it showing up?
Let's try this. I'm not sure.
Interesting. I moved from California and it should have updated.
Yeah. So if I try Fireworks Digital itself. Yeah, so I would maybe take a look at that too, just your for your.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, if you have that GMB come up, you can click on the gather up um here icon.
Hey, Jason, if you want to
Yeah.
use mine, I just put mine in there.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'd have to add it to his sub account. But let's
That was really
yeah, so
weird.
let's go here. Oh yeah, here. So if you go like this,
Turning into a counseling session.
that's what we're here for. If we go to gather up, it should it's not passing the place ID. I noticed that today. For some reason, uh oh man. Okay, so Big Fork SEO agency right here. This should work, but maybe gather up is having issues today. Because I tried to do it yesterday. Oh no, it's got the PID right here too. So this is what you want is that places ID. And then when you do, because I noticed for myself it wouldn't work, but maybe it's because I was logged into my account. Anyways, if I hit copy there, um, that'll get you your Google ID. Or you can add it to high level too, and then get the Google link from there too. And then in your back end, just under custom values. Actually, I don't think I have custom values installed in there. Let's go here. Then you just put under your Google link, Google review link, and then drop it in there. And then then when you go through this here, this would give you your review,
Oh,
or it'll take
population.
you to the review page anyways. So
Okay.
for pest control, even if he just like you go do some work, you finish up with somebody, you could either send them out a message to ask for a review, or you could get them to we're gonna do it so we can get them to tap or scan a QR code or something like that too, so that it's we can get the
Yeah, it's
review
nice when the
as
guy's
well.
on site to get it when you can, for sure.
Right,
Yeah.
your technicians can do it, too.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
hey, we just did
Hmm.
this, I think we're all good. Would you mind leaving us a review? Tap our little card kind of thing. And then that's going to open up a bunch of other stuff too. There we can give rewards, we can give points, we can give other things too, promotions, coupons, all that kind of stuff based on that person leaving us a review, which is cool for like retail places and stuff like that in restaurants, because now they can leave a review and then they can get a follow-up coupon that says, awesome, thanks for leaving us a review. Here's, you know, uh buy one get one appetizer next time you're in, kind of thing, or here's a free appetizer next time you guys come in. um
Yep.
Kind of cool stuff like that. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to roll this out anyways.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah,
any
it's
training
cool.
around it yet, but we'll get that rolling, because what's cool about that is Paul, when you do it, it takes that person's contact information and adds it to your CRM too. So even if you for pest control people, they're probably going to have something where they give an invoice or something like that. I don't know how often pest control guys just come by and are like they don't take contact information, but um, um, it's just something to think about, anyways, for other businesses too.
So it's pulling the contact information from the phone on upon
Yeah,
tap.
it's pulling the contact information from their Google account, because it's asking them to log in with Google, and then they log in and it has their email address and their name in there, so we can update their contact record inside of High Level too with that review. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Wow.
Um, right on.
Yeah, my account
This,
got
oh,
suspended.
sorry, go ahead.
FYI, just to close the loop there.
Yeah. So, you guys, we also have that the Slack channel. If you guys haven't joined that, you'll see a link to it in our back end. Join the Slack channel, because when we're not on these calls, you can ask questions in there, and then there's usually someone will get back to you fairly soon about it as well. So, in our back end dashboard, let me just share. I'll share one more time. Here, you'll just see a link here that says join our Slack channel. So just click on that and it'll take you over to Slack. And then inside our Slack channel, here You can just post questions, and then we usually go through that a couple times a day to answer questions.
Use the support
What's that,
channel.
sorry?
Use the support for GHL Power Tools channel. That's where
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
usually be.
They're
Okay.
usually there a general. Try not to message people directly or message me directly. It's I usually check these two channels. These ones might wait a while. Just because I'm trying to encourage people to check to go in here
Yeah.
more often. Um, that way it's easier for because my team don't have access to my channel. You know what I mean? So I'm not always in here answering questions, but they might be. So if you put it in either general or support, then you're more likely to have an answer quicker. Or then if it's something they can't answer, then they'll tag me. They'll tell me that's something that I need to jump in for. All right. Chris, you got one more question?
Yeah, buddy. Sorry about that. I've been kind of hammering, Kim and I have been hammering you on the subscriptions things. We're actually meeting with somebody tomorrow. We'd like to
Yeah.
present the subscriptions too. Could you just kind of give me an idea of where I would find that information? I looked yesterday. I just couldn't process where it exactly was in the system.
So we have a chunk of it at that docs.ghl smart scripts, or no, that's a Google Doc one I'm going to. This page here, just down at the bottom, it basically just says how to get stuff set up. Um, here, loyalty and rewards.
Okay.
Um,
Subscriptions.
right here, tiered membership.
Say it again. Where was that again? I'm sorry. Tiered membership.
Yeah, I'll put the link in chat here too.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
So that's I think the only thing I don't have in there is exactly how to set up the automation for
Okay.
when people pay. I was kind of playing around with it a little bit. But basically we just want to set up automations where it says payment received or payment like not received, and then you could use that to send a webhook to tell our system to update that contact or not.
Okay.
And what is
Okay.
So other than that, this is all you can create memberships in here and you can add people to the membership. I'll have to spend some time today and create some videos. Sounds like what it's turning out to be, which I'll have to do, which is fine. But there is a under automations. If you downloaded I feel like you should have it. If you don't have it, let me know. Reward tier automations.
Okay.
And then it'll say example, add tier, change tier, recharge tier, remove tier. I don't know if you have the example one, but here's where I was setting it up to be um, for your different tiers, you almost have to create a different automation for each one. So um, what we have here is like the order form. If they're going to go through and fill out a form, we can have it go through, but I feel like we can just do payment received as
Okay.
well. I just don't know if it's as fast as the order form, because the order form, as soon as they fill out that order form and the payments that is a sale, um, yeah, so it's a payment. The payment is a sale through that page. Then it'll go through and then it'll trigger this. And then what I wanted to do is add a tag here. And then if they're tagged if it comes through payment received, I don't want it to go through again just because it'll trigger a webhook twice. So I gotta get that finished up and then I'll record a video on how to do that. Otherwise, in here, that's just the example one that I was trying to build out a little more robust rather than having like four different workflows. But we
Okay.
have add tier. So
Rewards.
you can run the contact after they pay or whatever you want through here. It'll add the contact to whatever tier ID you have right here. And you'll see in the training, it'll tell you to grab that tier ID.
Okay.
So It's a little bit more work to set those ones up, but once you have it set up, you don't have to change it.
Okay, cool. And then, yeah, integrations, you're just, payment, we're just using, are we integrating? You said we could integrate through Stripe and then also the other one,
Authorize.net.
Authorize.net.
In
Yeah.
order to do that, if you're just setting up a demo to go and show them,
Yeah.
I would just have you fill out a form and add the contact to that tier, right? Just to kind of show them what the tier would look like. If you don't see tiers here in our back end under settings, no, you should see tiers. You should automatically see tiers there, I think.
Let me see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on my end, but
okay. So if you don't see it and you have the rewards leaderboard set up,
yeah,
go to agency view. Come on. Smart scripts.
Okay.
Integrating payments. How do we do that for real?
Rewards.
Rewards. Okay.
And then the sub account that you want, click on settings.
Okay.
And then click on enable tier memberships and leaderboard.
Okay. Got it.
That will then show it up here. So then what you're doing then from there, you go here, create a new membership here. So it'd be like test membership. That's kind of like the high level container for your tiers. And then under there you go to manage tiers, and then you can add your different tier levels. So you could go silver, gold, platinum, whatever you want, or you could just have one tier, whatever it is, like VIP gold tier kind of thing.
We're going to do kind of like build off what we were talking about with the Panera thing.
Yeah.
To do something simple like that.
Yeah. So then you just need to have one tier.
Okay.
And then this didn't redirect. So I'm going to see why that didn't do that. But if we hit back, then we should see. Okay, I'm going to go check that out, why I didn't add that tier.
Jason Kim has a real quick question.
Yeah.
I'm on mute.
No, over here. We can hear.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jason. When we actually get them signed up for the subscription, what is the way that they pay? Is it through Stripe or?
That's what he was just talking about.
Oh yeah, so it depends on what kind of payment system you're setting up for your customer. So if they're comfortable with using Stripe, then you could set them up. You have to have them create a Stripe account, and then you integrate that. If they already have like online ordering, they might have a merchant account for their POS. So it'll be a little bit more work probably, but you would have to get them to probably contact their center and get the authorized.net like credentials.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what those are. I've set it up a couple times, but it's basically they have like a merchant ID and a secret key and stuff like that that need to be added. But I honestly haven't set up authorized.net account for probably 5 years. So they just added it in high level, so you can totally use that as your payment processor. Once you create your tiers in here, you're just going to want to this is the ID you want to copy here. So this is for like the gold tier that we just created, and then you're going to add that workflow that I showed you, and then you'll probably duplicate that workflow and create one for another tier. But if you only have one tier, then it's just one you have to worry about. Cool. So that you're just going to use this ID for everything.
Cool. Thanks, man. That's huge help. Huge help. Thank you.
You're welcome. I realized why it didn't add the membership, because it was or it didn't add the tier because it wanted a points value, and I put 1. It could probably be 0 as well. It probably wouldn't matter, but it's just it didn't have a value there, so it didn't go through. So I'll update that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well,
Thanks.
if you guys have any questions, shoot me a message, send me a video.
Thanks, man.
All that kind of stuff. All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Tuesday and keep moving forward. All right.